Hello and welcome to Lifestyles by Lola. I am Lola Jamo. We are finally in the fall festive season where everything is all about autumn. I love this time of year. The air is really brisk and cool, and you can wear your boots and all of your orange and cranberry colors and Kelly green, and it's just a great, fun, colorful time of year where you can get warm and toasty. And most importantly, you get to spend time with your family. So I've got some great tips for you to keep your house clean when you've got all of these visitors and you're making all this food. I've got some great ideas as far as other personal projects and also a yummy cocktail that you can serve at your Thanksgiving function that everyone will love. So stay tuned. Fall is the time where we're all celebrating and we want to have yummy food, yummy desserts, and of course, yummy things to drink. Now, I'm a big fan of sangria, but we've all said goodbye to the summer already, right? Well, we can still bring sangria back into our lives for the fall with this yummy sangria autumn cocktail that I came up with. So I hope that you like it. First of all, you want to start off with your base, a little apple cider, and basically a standard size of Pinot Grigio. I've got the super duper bottle, so we'll probably use about half. Then you want to have some cinnamon sticks, and a little bit of sweet brandy or an amaretto, which is what I have here. Kind of gives that warmth and the kick that you need to kind of soothe your bones for the fall season. And club soda, or for me, I'm actually doing a sparkling orange soda. I like doing the actual flavor orange added into it because I think it adds even more of that citrusy fall kind of taste. And also it reflects in the color of the drink, which you'll see. But club soda will do as well. And then, of course, some festive apples because this is apple picking time. And also a pear, which adds an additional flavor as well. So we're gonna start off with our base, which of course is gonna be the apple cider. Now, normally with, sangria, you make it with different kind of fruit juices, but apple cider, being the time of year for the fall, is the perfect way to create a fall version of a sangria drink. So we'll start off with the apple cider. For a bottle this size, I would say you probably want to do about half of the bottle. Sometimes you get about a quart, and they also come in the gallon size. Depends on how many, people. There's only 2 of us here, so this will definitely be more than enough for us to enjoy this evening. So I'm gonna pour about half of this in, and yeah, that should be enough. And then I'm gonna fill up the rest, another quarter of the way, with the Pinot Grigio. Now, I always say when you're doing this kind of thing, don't use your most expensive wine. If you're making sangria, you're mixing it with juices and fruits, and you're gonna lose the taste of that really expensive bottle of Pinot Grigio. This is a time when you can get away with having a bottle of cheap twist-off wine mixed into your drink, and you're not even gonna tell the difference, I promise you. So we filled it up the rest of the way with that. And now what I want to do is start to add some of the ingredients. So I put about cinnamon sticks, I would say probably about 2. The thing about cinnamon sticks is they do expand and they are very flavorful. So a little goes a long way. You really don't need to use a lot. I'm going to use a whole can, and you would use, for your club soda, I would say probably about 16 ounces, which is what this can is. You can also use, the sparkling orange soda like I'm doing, or anything that you feel kind of is still within that fall family. And just mixed like this, it's already pretty good to go. But to get that warmth, to get that kick, the brandy, the amaretto, the Canadian whiskey, that's the stuff that's going to give you that real autumn warmth while you're drinking it. So I have the Di Serono. Now for the Di Serono, I always say, you know, you want to use about 2 shot glasses. You don't want it to be super strong. You've already got your wine, right? So I'd say probably to the bottom of my glass here is about 2 shot glasses. So that should be more than enough. And that's going to change the color also. It's going to give that nice autumn color to it. So you've got that. And then you've got your cinnamon sticks in there. And now we're going to add our fruit. So what is great about when you're doing the apple slices is that, you know, it really adds that kind of festive flavor into it. It soaks in, and basically it's great also to use to kind of garnish your glass. So I'm going to put 1 slice there for my garnish. And then I like to mix the granny apples along with the red apples, just so you kind of get a variety of color, you know, mixed in with the drink, you know. So I'm going to throw that in there. And we're getting pretty full to the top here, so I'm not going to put a lot of fruit. And then we have a little bit of a pear. And then we're going to close this up. And normally when you're making, you know, your sangria, you want to give it some time to actually chill and marinate. And I usually say about an hour is good enough. So we'll add the additional fruit into there. Got that. And let's put another slice of that yummy pear in there. And then all you have to do, you know, let it marinate for an hour and then pour it into your glass. I chose a mug because everything yummy for the fall comes in a mug, doesn't it? I mean, hot tea, you know, hot chocolate. These are all of the drinks, as well as hot apple cider. They all come in a mug normally when you're drinking them. And I think a mug is like the signature glass for the colder seasons. So I've got my festive kind of drink. I've got my glass mug, which is the perfect cocktail glass for this kind of a drink. And accented with an apple, it's all ready to go. And as it mixes within the hour that it's in the refrigerator, you'll see it get a little bit more of an autumn tone, kind of like a reddish tint, because the cinnamon will start to mix in with the flavors as well. But nevertheless, now you can have sangria in the fall. You don't have to wait all the way until the end of the summer. So cheers to the autumn and the Thanksgiving season. Oh yeah, that is very, very tasty. I hope you enjoy it. We're all thankful for something, right? Especially this time of year during the Thanksgiving season. So what better time than to do a thankful jar? This is a simple thing that I'm sure all of you have done, but sometimes we forget to incorporate these kind of items into the festivities at our Thanksgiving dinners or functions that we're having. So I'm reminding you, there are so many things that we can be thankful for. I know that all of you have a ton of things to be thankful for, as do I. Now, the festive twist with this project is that I've added these really fun leaf confettis, you know, and they're made out of fabric. You can get them from any of your craft stores, and that kind of adds like a decorative element to it as you add the pieces of paper of the things that you're thankful. So, of course, I've got my old pasta jar. I'm always telling you, hold on to jars, recycle, reuse, repurpose. That's what it's all about. And this makes a great thankful jar because it's, you know, glass, it's clear, you can see through it. And once I put my little red top on it, it's really fun and festive. And you can even label it if you'd like and write, you know, thankful jar in the front, or kind of keep it more secret. Depends on how personal it is to you. But once we've added, you know, our festive leaves to it, I love these little Post-its. They're miniature, so they're the perfect size for writing something, you know, that you're thankful for. And it can be one word or it can be even a full sentence. It's really up to you. And also, because of the Post-its having the stickiness, you can write what you want on the side where the sticky is, and then fold it into itself so no one can see what you wrote until you're actually ready to open it. You can write your name on the front or keep it discreet. The great thing about it is that at the end of the evening or throughout the day, you can go through the jar and pull out things and read what people are thankful for. And if they're titled, you know who's thankful for what. It's just a really great fun exercise to show appreciation because we all have something to be appreciative for. So definitely remember to do your thankful jar at your holiday festive events this season. And also, the great thing about it too is that while you're doing that, not only will you realize what you're thankful for, but you'll realize what other people are thankful for, which will inspire you to realize that life isn't as bad as it seems sometimes. We're all using our appliances. Thanksgiving is coming. We're using the dishwasher a ton. We're using our dishes, our knives, our forks. And as we do that, our dishwasher is getting more and more cruddy and gross inside. So how do we plan to keep it clean during this season where we're cooking more than ever? Well, again, my favorite little vinegar has come back to visit us. 1 cup of vinegar placed in a simple, measurement cup on the top of your dishwasher, which I have over there. I'm not going to show you mine. And run it on the hottest heat cycle. After you've done that, fill up your same little measuring cup with 1 cup of baking soda and pour it at the bottom of your dishwasher. Use that on the shortest cycle. So remember, the longest, hottest cycle with 1 cup of vinegar on the top rack, and then on the shortest cycle, pour 1 cup of baking soda at the bottom. After both cycles, you will see it will sparkle, clean and fresh, and the best thing about it is, again, no chemical residue in your dishwasher, which later could potentially end up on your dishes. But since you're using things that are a little more natural, it's going to get clean and fresh and still be healthy for you and also for the environment, which is what we always want to think about. How many of you have jewelry that's costume, that's gold tone, silver tone, and it's getting tarnished, so you end up throwing it out? We've all gone through it. And some of you like to display your jewelry. If you're like me and you have a walk-in closet where you like to see all your stuff and really enjoy the things that you have, you've got your jewelry on display. And while it's on display, it's getting tarnished, it's darkening, and you end up feeling like, how can I keep my things out and remember to wear them without them getting destroyed? Well, my fiance came up with this idea I cannot take credit. Shadow boxes. He is a big collector of a lot of little things, whether it's like pencils or his medals from being in the military, different things that he likes to collect. And I've never really used a shadow box, nor did I understand the true purpose of it until I got to put my jewelry in one and really be able to enjoy it by seeing it, knowing what I have so that I could wear it, and it being airtight so that it's not able to tarnish. So this is the best way to display your jewelry in a closet, or if you're selling jewelry. I have my own jewelry line, Aberoy, that I sell on Etsy, and I also use these kind of cases when I'm selling my stuff or displaying my jewelry as well. So either way, you can kind of think of it like that. But what's cool about this box is that it has a mirrored back, which most of these do, which actually adds to the whole bling factor. So I love that aspect of it. The other thing that's great about these is that since they're glass, you can adhere things to them with my favorite little suctions. These suctions have a little hook on the front, which fit perfectly into the actual holes of this particular earring holder. So this earring holder is made to actually be on the wall and display, you know, necklaces, bracelets, and these holes are for earrings, right? But the problem with that is that all of my gold tone, all my silver tone stuff is gonna get tarnished if it's out in the air. But by adhering this to the glass background, it adds a little sparkle back to all my jewelry so that it blings even more. And because I've got these little suctions, it actually stays in place and hangs off of the glass the same way it would on the wall. So I can still use it without feeling like it's, you know, has to be hanging off of the wall or drilled into the actual box. This is less drama, less work, very simple. So I have 2 of them. The more the merrier with these though. If you can, you know, get a whole like about, you know, 3 or 4 on top or 4 or 5 on the bottom, because you really want it to stay in place. But I have these 2 I just put through in the top. And then what you want to do is just take this box and kind of lay it down flat on the side where you have the mirror. And you want to make sure that you have these facing in a way where it can actually hang. So since that's the front, we put them through the back. And then I'm just gonna make sure all of the earrings are actually flipped over. My best thing as far as advice goes is to make sure that you do this probably first and then put the earrings on after. It's much easier that way. But sometimes, depending on how the hooks are on the earrings, it can be a little difficult to kind of get them all in place. But once you've flipped all the earrings over and you can actually get this to lie down flat, then you want to just stick the actual suctions onto the glass so that they stay in place, and then it'll actually hang off of the glass itself. So I'm still flipping, which is why I said, you know, your best bet is to make sure that you actually put the earrings on after you've, you know, stuck this on there. It makes it a lot easier. So let's make sure that's sturdy on there. And the other great thing about this is you can basically, you know, display on the extra hooks that you have any of your bracelets or like larger hooped earrings and things like that. So I finally got this into place, and you can see that it hangs perfectly right off the glass. So next thing is we're going to put these, which I got these at one of the display like jewelry case stores. So you put that in there as so. It looks lovely. And then another jewelry display store, I got this for all my bracelets. But I could also, you know, hang my bracelets or larger hoop earrings off of those, you know, spokes that are sticking out onto this. So now once I've got that set up, and on the bottom, you know, you can place like your brooches or, you know, valuable pins or anything that's sparkly and dazzly that has a tendency to tarnish can all kind of go in this box. And it can be like your box of jewels. And then lastly, we're gonna take the top, and that will fit on perfectly. And there you go, there you have it. You've got your earrings in the back, you've got some earrings displayed on the front, your bracelets. It's all contained in one box. And whenever you need access to what you want to wear, all you have to do is look, pick out the earrings you want, lift off the top, and select your favorite piece of jewelry without worrying about it getting tarnished or ruined as it's out in the air. So, try it and protect your bling bling. Want a quick tip to decorate your home without spending a lot of money on floral arrangements? Food! Decorate your home with food. I say this all the time to people and they just don't get it. Display fruits, you know, display veggies, things that are the color of the season that you're gonna eat. They're multifunctional. They're beautiful to look at, but they're also tasty. So I've got my festive, fruit bowl here. And it's great because I've got the green coming from the pears and my granny apples. And then I've got a little of the red coming from my red, Washington apples. And then I've got grapefruits, which have a really beautiful orange tone to it. And all mixed together, it's this really festive look of red and green and orange, the best colors to represent the fall. And the good thing about it is that they're not only decoration, but they're actually edible. So I can eat this apple and enjoy a beautiful arrangement of fruit instead of going out and spending a ton of money on flowers or some random decoration to make my kitchen feel festive. So think about it. And if you're not a fruit person, go out and get veggies, artichokes, squash, mini little pumpkins that you can make and use for a pie or some kind of a pastry dish later. Food is the easiest and most multifunctional way to decorate your home. I promise. None of us want to think about it, but this is the time of year where your house has to be clean. You have family members coming over. Some of them are staying for days at a time. So how can you maintain a clean home and also make sure that you're breathing in healthy things versus chemicals and, all of the things that we normally use to clean our home? And also save money because these are things that you already have. This is a really great tip that I picked up. Dishwashing liquid, vinegar, and a little bit of water, along with one of my favorite little scrubbing tools. Filled cleans your tub and makes it sparkling. So now when you have those family guests coming over, you don't have to worry about everyone thinking that your bathroom is disgusting. A little goes a long way. So I always start off with the dishwashing liquid first because you want to make sure that it's not going to seep through the sponge immediately as you pour. So I fill the dishwashing liquid probably to right here. And then following by that, I do the vinegar. And I fill the vinegar up to probably 1/3 of the way. And the great thing about when you add it this way, that vinegar smell doesn't, take over the bathroom. Because originally when I started cleaning with vinegar, it stunk bad. Vinegar does not smell good. So the dishwashing liquid kind of blocks that smell a little, which is awesome. And it helps to kind of create the soap suds, which take away all that scum. And then the vinegar is working to kind of strip everything away as well. And because this is, pretty much very simple, you're not breathing in a ton of bad chemicals. So the rest of the way I fill it up with water. And that's about it. And once you, put the top on it, you can scrub away anything that you need to wash in your bathroom, from the tiles to the tub to, the sink where you brush your teeth, and it sparkles, I promise you. And for nothing more than a cheap bottle of vinegar, some dishwashing liquid, and water, which comes right out of your sink. So happy cleaning! I hope you enjoyed our show. And most importantly, since this is a time of being thankful, definitely I have to say thank you for watching Lifestyles by Lola. And hopefully you're getting some great tips and ideas from the show. And most of the things that I'm telling you are useful because that's what it's really all about. Also, just so you know, you can always add any comments or thoughts that you have or questions to our website, which is www.lifestylesbylola.com. And there you can ask questions, send me your thoughts or even ideas about segments that you'd like to see at home. So also you can follow me on the actual Facebook site, which is going to be under Lifestyles by Lola as well. Don't forget to like our page, and don't forget to like the website also. We're always trying to get new followers and new people to watch the show. And if you'd like to follow me, I am on Twitter under my name, Lola J. Jamo. That's LOLAJJIMOH. And you can keep in touch with all of my modeling and acting and other fun things that I'm doing currently if you're interested. But most importantly, enjoy this time of year with your friends and family. And as always, live life.